George's wife, Patty Boyd, said he would come home from the studio angry and miserable after every session. The constant arguments were tearing him apart. She said George didn't even like Paul's personality anymore, and they barely spoke to each other. George was trying to find peace through meditation and spirituality, but the Beatles were destroying his mental health. When George agreed to return to the band, it was only after making serious demands. He made them move the recording sessions to a different studio. He canceled their planned live TV concert, and most importantly, he demanded more chances to contribute his songs. They had to promise to treat him better. It was humiliating that he even had to ask, but he came back because he still cared about the music. But nothing really changed. John even joked that they could just get Eric Clapton to replace George if he didn't come back. That comment hurt George deeply, especially since Eric was supposed to be his friend. One of the most painful moments came during the recording of Hey Jude. George tried to add some guitar parts after Paul's vocal lines, but Paul told him to stop, saying it didn't fit the song. George stayed quiet, but later Paul admitted it was insulting to tell one of the world's greatest guitarists to back off. That's how bad their relationship had become. Then there was Maxwell's Silver Hammer, a song Paul loved, but everyone else hated. They spent 4 entire days recording it, doing 16 takes on the first day alone. John Lennon skipped the sessions because he couldn't stand the song. Ringo called it the worst recording experience of his life. George said it was fruity and awful, but they had to do it anyway because Paul wanted it. Finally, in late 1969, George got a small victory. His song Something was released as the A-side of a single with John's Come Together. It was the first time George had ever received equal billing with John or Paul. The song hit #1 in America, and even John said it was the best track on the Abbey Road album. But it had taken way too long. George had been writing songs that good for years. They just hadn't bothered to listen. By 1974, George was ready to speak the truth publicly. In an interview, he said Paul had ruined his confidence as a guitar player. He said he didn't know if he was good or bad anymore